you might find that you need to upload the firmware of your MHM4. If you need to do that, the first thing you need to do is get yourself an FTP program. FileZilla is completely free. You can download it from Google just by typing in FileZilla. Go to that website, download that program, install it. That's all you need to upload the new firmware. You need to then turn on your MHM4, look for the network, which will be AlphaX-MHM4- the last 4 digits of the serial number. In this case, this is my network. The device will connect and we're up and running. The next thing we need to do is set up a connection for our MHM4. So if we click into this button here on FileZilla, we look at our site entries. The first thing we need to do is make sure that FTP is selected as the protocol. The second thing we need to look at is that the host is correct. 192.168.4.1 is the standard IP address for all MHM4 devices. We need to double check the encryption. It may by default use explicit FTP over TLS if available. We want to use only plain FTP. And our login type is normal, and the user is micro, and the password is Python, Python. Once all of those details have been entered, we can simply click the connect button here. You may or may not get a box depending on whether you are connected already or not, and we just click OK. You'll see when we come into the device, we have this directory here, Flash. We want to enter into this directory, and this is the working files of the MHM4. To change the frequency of the LoRaWAN network, we simply download the firmware that is suited to us, whether it's 915, 923, a European, a US frequency, whichever frequency we're dealing with. Go into that folder, and we're really looking for this boot file. So the boot file for the right firmware is what is going to set the frequency. We simply to update the frequency and update the firmware, drag boot from the local computer into the flash directory of the MHM4, and it's as simple as that. You may, depending on the firmware that is loaded onto your MHM4, find that it locks up and it does not want to accept the firmware. If that's the case, you simply hit the button on the MHM4, you wait a few seconds, and that is going to allow the device to upload the firmware. And you may get this target file exists notification. If that's the case, simply click OK to overwrite. The firmware is done. Simply restart the MHM4 and the device is ready to connect on the new frequency.